Bore da, Croeso i Gymru. More specifically, welcome to the A55 North Wales Expressway. Today, I'm not on the Royal Enfield. It's because I'm actually going to go overseas. I'm going to go to Paris. So I thought rather than take the bike, I'd jump in the car. Also, I need to go and fetch some hay bales, so don't really think they'll fit on the back of the Enfield. At the moment, you can see we're actually driving over the Pont Britannia Bridge. This is the famous bridge that caught fire many years ago. There's a BBC Wales documentary covering it. It's amazing to think that a metal bridge can catch fire, but there you go. And we're going over the Menai Straits at the moment, overseas. We're not going to Paris, France. You probably guessed that already. We're actually going to a UNESCO World Heritage Geopark. Not many people know about them. There's 7 of them in the UK. We've got the Black Country, the English Riviera, Forest Fawr, Geomont, which is where we're going, North Pennines Area of National Beauty, the Northwest Highlands, and Shetland. The Geomont, which is actually the whole of the Isle of Anglesey, and Ysmon is the Isle of Anglesey, and it has got some very varied and very interesting different formations of rock, which is why the whole island's been created as a geopark. We're going to be looking at one specific area, which is Parys, Parys Mountain. It's very famous, is Parys Mountain. It's at one time was the world's largest copper mine, and to this day you can actually still go there, and you can walk around. There's a little walking trail, but it's like a how can I put it? It's almost like a landscape from another world. You know, we've got all these lovely big trees and lakes and mountains and all sorts of things here. Unfortunately, there's none here. It is just a complete barren landscape. Although you will find, you know, signs of nature reclaiming the land. Everything's really inhospitable. Road signs are covered with this orange dirt. The ground is very, very alien almost. It makes me think, as we wander up into the mine area on the trail now, it makes me think of almost a lunar or Martian landscape. You know, you could be forgiven for wondering, if you're a conspiracy theorist, have all these Mars landings been fabricated, and if you had a good look, would you find a Mars rover actually on Parys Mountain? There's a bit of broom there. That's amazing. You see how the nature is managing to reclaim the land eventually. But this has been going on for many years. I think something like Bronze Age or something like that. It's a very, very old mine. So as we can see here, we're going up the path. You can actually go there. It's freely available to go and have a walk. The day that we went, it was extremely cold. It was only just above freezing, and it was also extremely windy, which is why I'm voiceover the whole of this video, because it is just unbelievable, the amount of noise that was there. So here we go. We're coming along here. As you can see, it's a very sandy sort of structure. There's spoil heaps. You just think of thousands of years ago, the people that would have been working here. You're high up, you're surrounded by the Irish Sea on, you know, 2 sides really. It must have been a really hard existence for these people. As I say, there's footpaths you can go round. It's a fantastic trail. There's a short walk and a long walk. I would hardly recommend, if you're at all interested in anything like geology or just history and to do with industrial history, and you're up in, you know, Snowdonia, take a quick trip onto Anglesey and have a look. It's well worth coming to see. It's not far up the road, and it's an absolutely fascinating place. Landscape like you just won't see anywhere else, and it is so captivating. However, I would recommend you take walking boots. It's not really something just to wander along in. Pair of trainers. There you can see some of the lakes that have been formed. I believe that was to deal with the silt and actually allowing the sediment to drop to the bottom, and they were using it to try and maximize the production. So those lakes are very, very old. I couldn't tell you the exact age of them, but yeah, they're very old. But it just doesn't appear to be like anywhere on Earth. Um, you can't bring a vehicle up here, so if you're thinking of taking a bit of an off-road bike ride, no, that is forbidden. I did come up here earlier in the year, and over on the far side, excuse me, I did see a couple of people on trail bikes, but I don't think it's actually allowed. I do believe it's actually not something that you're allowed to do. Just going to take a quick walk up here. As you can see, the ground just does not look normal. It's a very orange colour. Unfortunately, on the day that we went, it was really dark. As I say, I only went up there because I had to go nearby to go and pick up some hay. But as you can see, it's not a very pleasant environment at all. It's quite harsh. Although I say nature's beginning to reclaim it, as you can see, it's not much. These rocks, they're all colours. It is quite spectacular, and the cameras just don't do it justice. And you can see we're just currently climbing and climbing and climbing. Look at those rocks down on the ground. They're almost like rust and polished metal. They are rock, but they just obviously got such a high metallic content that they are, they just don't look like anything else you'd normally see. Certainly it's completely different to the rest of the island, and it's a rich seam of copper that's there. Now I expected it to have a lot of green tarnishing to the rock clay. You normally get verdigris on from copper, but as you can see, it's not. It's just this harsh coloration. So there we go. We're having a quick look round, and I'm now going to leave you just to have a quick peek around the top from a top level here and just observe this amazing landscape. It's really, really quite unusual. I can't recommend it enough. And in case you're wondering, out in the distance, that's Snowdonia. And no, I didn't see any signs of any NASA Mars rovers, little helicopter that they claim they're flying there. So I'm pretty sure they must be on Mars. In fact, I would say the internet signal's probably a lot sight better where where they are than we get where we are here in the outskirts of Parys today. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting, and it's a bit different from the norm, but take a quick look. The UNESCO Geomon UNESCO World Heritage Geopark.